It's like they said, oh, let's help him on the difficult stuff. You want to listen to the rest of the playback? He's needed help since I've pressed play. Don't worry about trying to sing the notes perfectly. You can't. Don't try to elongate a beautiful melodic phrase because you can't. Look, that note again, it sounds great. It's not him. That's 75% a computer, 25% him, right? He's really just giving you a sound. He gives you a sound out of his mouth, and we're going to fix it to make it sound like it needs to. Why not just do it from the beginning? Hello everyone, I'm Marc Daniel Patrick. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. We're in a bit of a heat wave here in Vancouver, Canada, the supposed frozen tundra of the world. So I'm just gonna sit here and sweat for the entire video and slowly just melt into nothingness. By the end of the video, who knows what we're gonna look like. So I apologize that you have to watch this. I do have some water, thankfully, a pink towel, and a quickly melting block of ice. So we'll see where that goes by the end of the video, but here we are. So for today's video, I wanted to look at something I've gotten into a lot of heated arguments about over the years, and that's who should be cast in movie musicals. And everyone's got their opinions because truly the skill set just changes. Film is generally just straight acting, while musicals you have a component of singing and dancing to come along with it. So when you put a musical now into a film, what skill set are you trying to hire and trying to look for? Do you only consider triple threats? Do you only consider someone who can act and leave the singing at the side? It's an argument that can go back and forth, and I will make an entire video essay on it one day. But for today, I wanted to take a look at one of the most debated casting choices in a movie musical of all time, and that is Gerard Butler in the 2004 film version of The Phantom of the Opera. And to do that, we're going to use one of the Phantom's most iconic numbers. This is Gerard Butler with Music of the Night.
Nighttime sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Silently the senses abandon their defenses.
Okay, so right off the bat, it makes me a little uneasy just because of Gerard's speaking voice, which is unique and perfect for his acting roles. But once you need to sing, and not only sing one of the most iconic songs in musical theater history, you now lose something. You lose his vowels. It doesn't resonate as well. He has trouble getting onto notes and getting off of notes. It's kind of a train wreck, that whole opening right there. But so if I was to give him a note going into this, I would tell him to speak more through it, right? Try and act your way out of it. He's a tremendous actor. Use that to your advantage. So why not speak more of the parts, right? You're already not perfectly executing the notes to begin with. So why not just change it up and use something to your advantage? And the best example I found of that on YouTube was this guy named Luke. And I just want to show you a short clip of his now.
Nighttime sharpens,
Love that.
heightens each sensation.
I mean, look, the guy's great. Maybe it's not the best example because he can actually really sing. What I love about it is that word sharpens. He abandons any sort of music right there at all. Like, who cares what the note is? He's going to do whatever he wants with it. And that's totally fine, especially for him who can absolutely flat out sing. You can hear it already. Throw some notes away, speak through some lines. I don't care. You're going to make me weep by the end of this song anyway. So it's going to turn out all right. Let's just watch it one more time. I want to get that sharpens down again here.
Nighttime sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness stirs and wakes imagination.
Okay, well, I'm not crazy about that. But the point was the word sharpens. I love that. So why not? It's a very small example, I know. So why not let Gerard take that example on sharpens and use it for the entire opening section? Don't worry about trying to sing the notes perfectly. You can't. Don't try to elongate a beautiful melodic phrase because you can't. Speak your way through it and get the audience on your side that way. That would be my only note for him, at the beginning of this song. There are a couple other notes I would have, which we're going to get to as the video goes on, but let's watch some more now.
Slowly, gently, night unfurls its splendor. Grasp it, sense it, tremulous and tender.
Always love that cinematography, just for, as she blocks a little bit of the light, and just for 5 or 6 seconds, that's all you can see is that stark white mask. It's terrifying, and I absolutely love that.
Turn your face away from the garish light of day. Turn your thoughts away from cold, unfeeling light, and listen to the music of the night. Close your eyes and surrender to your darkest dreams. Purge your thoughts of the life you knew before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar.
And that's really, so here's our second suggestion, because that's really what ticks me off about this film, is that moment right there. That A flat, that high A flat, for a baritone, for anyone really, it can be a difficult note to get to. And it is one of the biggest things that everyone looks for or waits for in this song. The problem I have with it is that high A flat is so edited and so digitally produced to help him out. It's like they said, oh, let's help him on the difficult stuff. You want to listen to the rest of the playback? He's needed help since I've pressed play. So why not help him from the beginning to the end? If you're going to edit those notes that are tough to get up to, or those notes that are so, iconic that everyone waits for, help him throughout the entire thing. If you don't want him to speak through it, then just edit the hell out of them all the way through. You can reproduce the sound to make it, a little bit more digestible, to make it sound a little bit closer to what everyone expects the Phantom to sound like. So I just hate how they kind of do him dirty like that, where they just let him drown for most of the number. Oh, but then help him on what's supposed to be the difficult numbers. It's been difficult since we started, guys. Let's help him from the beginning. That would just be, honestly, my second note.
And you live.
Emmy Rossum is just so gorgeous. Can we get out of the way first? She's so perfect for this. That's the next video we need to make, is how great the Christine casting was.
As you've never lived before.
It's not bad. It's so weak. That vibrato, he doesn't have one, so you can hear him forcing it onto the notes, and it's just, he's great. I love Gerard. I love his acting. I really do. He falls by the wayside here. It's just not the style for him. I've in fact so there's a film he was in, P.S. I Love You, which is just fantastic. I absolutely love that movie. He has to sing in that film as well. And actually, let's pull up a clip of that. And I can show you here. He has to sing in that one as well, and it's perfect. It's kind of what it requires and what it needs. So let's watch. Yeah, here we go. Let's watch that clip now. Oh, I love Hilary Swank. See, so like it's not perfect. It's a campy voice. It's it's something that you kind of can only get excited when you're singing around a campfire. That's the only time it's going to sound anywhere reasonably decent, but it works for this style of music, this sort of Irish little jig he's got going on here, and it's perfect. It fits him so well. When you try and get him to sing classic musical theater, especially the Phantom of the Opera, like I've said in my suggestions already, if you don't find some ways to help him, really help him, you're always going to lose that battle.
Softly, deftly, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you. Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness that you know you cannot find.
Just changing lyrics for no reason, just on your own. The darkness which, not that. Eh.
The darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind start a journey through a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the life you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be.
All right, I get. So this is the last time I'll berate him before we could just let it finish. Look, that note again. It sounds great. It's not him. That's 75% a computer, 25% him, right? He's really just giving you a sound. He gives you a sound out of his mouth, and we're gonna fix it to make it sound like it needs to. Why not just do it from the beginning? Look, the last thing I would say is you can help him even more by maybe even dubbing his voice entirely. It's been done so many times before. I know it's not the optimal route you want to go, but they could have brought someone else in to dub his singing voice and let him act through it. Anyway, the last thing I will say here is that for him as the Phantom, for the most part throughout the film, I quite like it. For this number, though, to me, it just misses the mark from the start to the finish. It's never quite what you want from the Phantom. This is Music of the Night is your first date song, right? It's the girl you've kidnapped, taken to your lair, and force her now to listen to you sing. That's your typical first date. This song needs to have just a little bit more doubt from the Phantom, right? He's not Christian Grey. He doesn't have the ropes, the swing, and the whips, at the ready. He needs to be able to give you a little bit more vulnerability, a little bit more fear, insecurity, just a hesitancy, instead of just this, what really is just a sleepy walk through, a church of candles. It needs to have a little bit more depth and layers. We talked about it in the Ramin version of this song that we watched on this channel earlier. He really gives you, you can feel every time he's near Christine, he starts to get a little bit nervous. Every time he looks at her too long, you can feel him all of a sudden changing because he doesn't know how to react to that. It's kind of what you need here, where Gerard is from beginning to end just kind of gives you one note all the way through. I promise that's the last thing I'll beat him over the head for, but you really could have gotten away with this casting with just some subtle changes here and there, or some subtle fixes along the way.
Only then can you belong to me. Floating, falling, sweet intoxication.
Do we need a shot of her crotch between two burning candles? Do we really need that? Would the cameraman get a little loose and just, a little fall down a little bit there?
Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of the night.
This one's not about Gerard at all. This is a direction, a production. I don't know who to blame for this one. This incredible written orchestration by Andrew Lloyd Webber is so emotional. I get teary-eyed every time I hear this music. It doesn't happen here because there's nothing there. You've missed such an opportunity, especially on film, to create a world not only for the characters but for your audience to lose it emotionally, to get inspired and just fall in love with this number. When you hit that, after he says music of the night and you hit that orchestration, it picks up and builds and swells to nothingness. There's just nothing happening. The best example I can give is in Beauty and the Beast, when, the Beast all of a sudden starts to feel something for Belle. He wants to do something for her, so he thinks of the library, and books are everything to her. And the second she walks into the library and you see, the curtains open and all of these books, it's emotional to watch her experience that. And that really just gets the audience on board with you, and that's what this scene needs. It needs a library of books. That's what they need. It needs something more. Also, the clone that she faints to. If someone can explain that in the comments, I'd love to read it, because I have no freaking idea what that's about. That's a good shot there. I like that. Whatever. I think it's a terrible ending to that number as well. I think I hate on it so much just because it's my favorite number of this show, and it's something that everyone looks forward to when they hear this musical, watch this musical, see this film. That's the number I think everyone is building up for, and kind of missed the mark there. Look, I will say, so like I said, I will make a video essay on casting choices for movie musicals. I'll make that sometime in the near future, and we can have a great debate about that. For me, I'm kind of more of a proponent for having actors play these roles. I just think that there's a difference between acting on screen and acting to an entire theater full of people. Just that distance of being on stage and having to project and being, just being taught to be a little bit more expressive and lively is much different than having to bring it down to a screen. And I would personally just much rather watch an actor who can sing rather than a singer who's attempting to act. We could go on and debate it forever, but leave me a comment below of what you thought, and we will get to that video essay sometime very soon. That's all the time we have for this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment of what you thought of this video and what you'd like to see in the future. Until next time, I'm Mark Daniel Patrick, and thanks so much for watching.